Rolling.
Hi!
Hello.
I'm Keisha.
I'm Corey.
And we're the Brooks family, as we call the Royale Brooks. Anyway, we have a daughter named Madison Brooks, and she's now 8. She was diagnosed when she was 3 years old with autism. PDD-NOS.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were kind of shocked, and I was in denial, but we had to move forward as far as trying to help her to develop a normal, efficient life. We're going to let that go past. We want you guys to hear everything that we're going to have to say. Okay, it was a blessing that we met Walter and Carmen, who are the founding fathers or mothers of MAP, which stands for
Maximize Autistic Potential.
Very good.
So,
and yeah,
we met them at the Children's Center. Within months of getting that diagnosis for Madison. So she was 3 at the time, which is now she's 8. So we've been on utilizing the protocol. What would you say, about 3.5 years?
3.5.
About 3.5 years.
Okay. Yes.
And to remember how Madison was before we met, Walter and Carmen, and to see her now, I mean, you would not really recognize that being the same person, because she is
she's like a whole 360,
a whole wealth of knowledge.
Yes.
I see, and there's times like even when she's in school, she's in class, and they ask her a question, or she wants to answer all the questions now.
Yeah.
And that's a steady growth, a steady progression, from tantrums and not communicating or being angry and jumping, falling down on her knees, to now she can talk, she can express her, she can express her problems. Mm-hmm. It get more complex, so it has to, she's still working toward it, but we know what she's saying, and that's a major relief.
Yes,
it's less stressful for us trying to help Madison when we know that that the protocol has made a difference in her ability to express herself, and you see her having less problems, having less tantrums, and going through things.
Communicating more, expressing herself more. She's more interacting. She role plays with her sister, which is 5 years old. She's more intrigued with learning. She's really good at math and reading, and she loves science. And that's something that we had no idea, because just 3.5 years ago she was nonverbal. She used to point when she wanted things, or when she wanted attention, she would get frustrated. So it was from that. It's a milestone that we have accomplished. And following the protocol, what we mean by protocol, which is a very dedicated plan that you really have to follow. We do a green drink, well, I call it the beast. And because it's the beast, it's the bomb. And what I mean is the bomb, it is the bomb. You have to make sure that you follow the schedule. We do our supplements, and we're not going to be introduced to we do Immunical, and we also going to be, we just got today being introduced to the camel milk. So we are going to do a video before and after, because sometimes as parents that's with autistic children, we need to see for ourselves if this really works. And a lot of times what we fail to realize, it takes work, but you have to think about the longevity and the results of your daughter or your son accomplishing what you and I used to accomplish when we went to the dance, or we went to get our driver's license, or we went to the prom, or engaged with our friends, or learned how to drive, whatever. And this is why we work so diligently with Madison, because it's very important. It is. So it's a blessing that we are part of MAP, which stands for
Maximize Autistic Potential.
That's right. It's a tongue twister for me. But Walter and Carmen, they do offer other incentives for us. It's good to talk to other parents that have autistic children. It really is, because it's comforting for the soul. Because a lot of times we don't really know what's out there. We look at videos and testimonies, but every child is different, and that's what we have to learn for ourselves, that every child is different. So therefore, that's why it's imperative, and we're reaching out to other parents as well. When you guys look at this video, there is hope, there is a solution. You know, we're not saying that autism is curable, but it can be treatable, and that's what you really need to understand how important it is.
And you know, as you go through it as a parent, watching your child, you're gonna see small improvements, but they're major improvements. And we've kind of been spoiled because we've gotten used to the protocol, and so Madison's improvements happen all the time. It's like we're always seeing something, or we're always hearing something. Madison say something that blows us away, and or like there was a time where I had texted Walter and Carmen because Madison had approached this a little girl at Target, and not somebody from her class, not anybody that she ever even met before, but she was playing a Mario game, and Madison likes Mario. So she nudged me and she said, "Excuse me, can I go and talk to the girl?" And not really thinking about it much myself, I was like, "Well, sure, yeah, you can go and talk to her." I said, you wanna play the game?" She said, "Sure." She says, "Okay, I can tap her on the shoulder." I said, "Yeah, go ahead." And so she went and she talked to the girl, and we probably, I ended up meeting the family that had 3 children that looked like they are on the spectrum. All of them are different. But they had a young son. He was 6 years old, and he was really nonverbal and grunting and things like that. But you can kind of see that right off. But the daughter, you can see she was higher functioning, but you can tell that there was something a little bit more like Madison about her than normal children, and they hit it off like they knew each other.
Yeah.
And so I text Carmen and Walter and got their name.
Madison is very shy, so she don't approach people.
For the most part, Madison is shy, but that's changing a lot because I was always shy. Keisha was there. Shy you go. Not always shy. So Madison is more outgoing than I ever was. At 8 years old, Madison is outgoing, and she's not afraid to go and speak to somebody.
Yeah. And 3 years ago, she couldn't do that, y'all.
She wouldn't do it.
No, she wouldn't. She would go into a corner.
She would do it. She would hide underneath our arm.
Yeah.
Now you have to search for Madison because she's going off.
Like, bye. Like, wait a minute.
Like we went to last time we went to Baskin Robbins to get ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
She likes mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Oh, tell them about the police story.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay. We're sorry, y'all. We just got so much.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
She walked. Yeah, as you have those moments, we sit down and think about it. Didn't think you had those moments. She walked up to a sitting area. There's like 4 cops sitting over there having their break, and she walks up to them and introduced herself and said, "You're the police, huh?" And she said, "So she described what they did.
They arrest people, put them in jail.
or give people tickets, And so then they asked her questions. They asked her if
asked her questions.
Yes. If I'm speeding, or is your dad speeding, or does he ask something else? And she responded. She said when they said speeding, she said he's not driving in the car right now. He's standing right there.
Did you see that? Hear that? She responded, and it was an accurate answer. That was great. It was right on point.
So they said, "Do you wear your seatbelt?" She said, "Yeah, seatbelts buckle and all it.
It's safety.
Seatbelt buckle for safety."
Yep.
And they said, "Okay." So they said, "Okay, we don't have to ask. We don't have to mess with him anymore." So I was like, "Okay." And she came back. She came over to me with her ice cream. And she said, "I like the police."
Yeah. And on the last note, we do want to let you guys know, it's important to try to incorporate the things that you're doing for your children with autism, to incorporate into your daily life as well. It's really important to do that, because sometimes we can say, well, no, that's for her or that's for him. I don't have to take that and everything, but it's a holistic approach that we all need to take, because it makes you stronger as a family, and it makes you also humble, and you become, you know, even focused on just not just your child, but the well-being of the family as well.
It
so
motivates you to continue to do more and look for more.
Because we're getting healthy, we're getting things that we're changing about our diet and how we eat. You know, it's just very important, and it's for the whole well-being of the whole family. So thank you.
Would you guys recommend this to other families?
Oh yeah, I don't know what they waiting on. Really, to be honest, I was hesitant. I'm not gonna lie, and I think with a lot of parents or mothers, fathers with autistic children or a child, is that we're in denial of the diagnosis. You know, there's no one in my family. I don't have a history, so it's kind of like not my child. But right, but then when I seen other 2-year-olds being flamboyant and playing, and my little girl, she just sitting down being quiet and nonverbal, it's like, okay, I can't be self-pity. I got to do something for her, not just for me. I got to do something for my child, because it's you know, I have to look at where I'm going to be in 40 years. You know, am I going to be here with her? No, she's going to have to be self-sufficient, independent. She's going to have to do some of the milestones that we've accomplished as adults now, and that's what we have to pay attention to.
Do you have any limitations for what's possible for Madison at this point?
Limitations for her future, her growth? No, I don't see it, because she's
progressing.
You know,
she's not digressing.
So well.
That's important. That's
you know,
what
there are times even with the protocol that we haven't had certain aspects, components of it, but we still seeing her progress. She's still progressing.
She's talking more. She's more social. And you know, with autistic children, they have that delay. You know, they're 8, but they have a 5-year-old interaction with other children. You know, so we're not seeing digression, and that's a blessing for us that we're not seeing her digress. You know,
one last question, guys. 3 years ago, or 3.5 years ago, when you got started, did you have any idea that you would be where you are right now?
No.
You know, we hoped that by the time she got to 8 or 10, that she would be, you know, functioning, you know, fully functioning, and she wouldn't have to be in special ed, and she wouldn't have to, you know,
but
have
let me tell you, she was in special ed for kindergarten. She is in general ed. When she was in first grade, she's been in general ed, and she's met all her MEP score, the standard of. So let me tell y'all that. Okay.
I can remember telling you, Corey, that was going to happen when we got started.
You know, we see present. We seeing like, we looking at your children and your child, and we looking at ours. We're like, okay, if you say so. You know, we you know, my husband, he was the optimistic one. You know, but like I said, I blame myself. I'm the one that had to carry her for 9 months. I'm the one like, you know, had to have her. So I'm thinking it was just me that did something wrong. So now that she's here and we don't know what's going on, she's not talking, she's lining things up. She couldn't even say mommy and daddy. You know, sometimes we had to go in her bedroom to see if she was alive. Was she breathing? Because she was so quiet. Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, that was cute. That was good. All right, say your goodbyes.
Bye. It was hope to meet you. Wait a minute. Hope to meet you guys, because it's good for all the parents to get together with their children and to see some of the videos, not just hear what we have